Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Sentinel's Reebot number 12. And I guess they already made 12 already for the Reebot line, although they have other sublines out there like Metamorphose and the Tatsunoko Heroes as well. So there's quite a bit of them already. So this is number 12. We have Anubis from the Son of the Enders. And it's a prototype works by Chemical Attack. And I believe that's a designer company, kind of works along with Sentinel. Yep. Really cool box art as we can see here. You got the section of Jehudi, really cool, and it's orange. I like orange. So here's the box art, and just a heads up, this is going to be a blind review, meaning I know little or none at all about what I'm reviewing, other than that figure is awesome. And it got this lovely sticker here, made in factory, which is, it is actually made in factory. Here we go, Konami Digital Entertainment. Here's the side of the box. It just says R12. On the back here, you got the Sentinel's insignia on top there, and Chemical Attack. And from what you can see, well, another R12 there. There's really not much on the box other than the front. Yep. It is a windowed box with the Velcro on the side here. And some more information, a little bit of edges here for the artwork, but not so much. But we can see Jehudi inside, or not Jehudi, Anubis. I do have Jehudi. I did a review on that way back, so it's great that we're finally getting Anubis. And there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and check it out. Great, we got the illustrated booklet here, and that's the same artwork as the front. And actually, we got a seems like a figure shot on the back here, but just for reference, let's take a look inside. There we go. Some cool articulation. It can look up. It has some shoulder movement here. I wonder if that's the same as Iron Man's. And here we go. You can move the fins. That's interesting. It can do a cross arm. Okay, that's cool. Knee articulation seems fairly good, and you have that detachable thing for the stand, which is great. What else we got here? We got the wings and some connection parts. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay, so you get that right there. You get a lance, and kind of like your, okay. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the booklet. Let's take a look at the figure. Alright, we got Anubis here. I played around with it for a little bit, just kind of get an idea how the articulation is. And I think I got it for the most part. Anyways, let's first take a look at details. We got some amazing panel lines. That is just amazing. The red lines, great. You also got decals. And I think for the most part, like on the shoulder here, on the chest, it says caution. It's really small, but it says caution, moving parts. Yep. Yep, this is just amazing. All that detail. Really great. And on the back side here. Side of the, it's like scaly. Really cool. I like the choice of it's like a metallic coffee brown. Yep, really nice. And you got that menacing red eyes there. Right, so let's go over articulation. Now, the first part of the booklet kind of emphasized a lot about the head, although there's not really much to it. So the first thing we can do is probably have him look up. There we go. We got this like a separate throat area here. And I think even Jehudi has that same feature somewhat, but not as prominent as this one. So you can look up there, and also you can push up this side here. And if I can, there we go. You can push this, which also allows him to look on the side. And I've been trying it. It's not that There we go. I mean, you can move it a little bit, but not too much. And it seems like there's a bolt joint on the bottom right there. And you can do the same thing on the other side. You kind of just press it down. It doesn't really quite work the way you want it to, but there you go. Yeah. Kind of get the idea. So you can tilt side to side a little bit. And another cool function is this kind of piece here, which you can actually open it up. And that's another piece that's kind of hard to take out. Take your time. There we go. And seems to be some sort of a core. Again, I'm not too familiar with the game, what's significant of that is. If you do know, let me know in the comments below. So you do have that option there. Although I believe the cockpit is right here. Yep. And moving on, we have the shoulder armor here, which is actually complicated. The way they had this, somewhat complicated. So you get this joint here, you get this shoulder which kind of goes around. It's basically a circular piece. This goes over the shoulder joint, and you have this huge joint here which you can rotate. You get a bicep swivel as well. This you can move, but this one I believe is mounted to the side of the shoulder there. You can move this around again. You got this cool decals there, and you have a elbow bend. There you go. Kind of slides out right there. Interesting. I thought the fins were moving out, but it was just a signal that you can move the whole arm, like a cross arm. So that's that. And there's a gimmick here on the chest. Basically, you can push this inward, and you can also slide it out like this. There we go. And you kind of see this thing move. So that's kind of cool. Although this top part does not move for some weird reason, as opposed to what happened on the left. It's kind of weird. This one slides, this one does not. Maybe something is trapped there. Or is it broken? I think, yeah, it has something to do with that brown piece right there. Sorry if it's taking a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with that. Alright, I think I figured out somewhat. So, look on the side here. There's actually a peg, a bolt joint on this black piece here from this side. And you see this white part here? It's all connected. So as you push this out, well, there we go. This whole chest area moves along with it. And same thing if I do it on this side. And sometimes you kind of have to help this whole segment move out. I mean, it's a cool gimmick, but it just has so many things in there. And you want to be mindful of all these parts here not rubbing each other. But so far I have no issues. I think the paint is fairly good. Now we have the torso here. Seems like a bolt joint. Ooh, another decal there, and I don't like that placing. Because you move down, you might hit it. On the back here, you got this nifty wire. You got a couple of joints here too, as you move this around. This segment here seems to be fixed. Yep. And let's see here. There we go. You get the waist. You can move this side to side as well. Yep. You got this tail here, which you can move up and down. And this is a wire cable for the tail. Very interesting. And moving down, we have the cockpit, which you can move up and down. There's a moving part right there. And we have the waist here. And Seems to be, oh, there we go. Just gotta break it in a little bit. So this one, that's interesting. That's a little different from Jehudi. So it seems like it's two spheres. Usually you have this middle section on the joint. That's, yeah, from the way you look at it, only the top part is moving along with the bottom leg. That's interesting. Same thing here, gotta break it in. And this one is not painted as opposed to Jehudi's. And I think mine has a little bit of paint scratches removing that joint. So this one, you're not gonna have that problem because it's just in that off-white color. Might be a good thing. And this is stuck. There we go. And we got the knee here. There we go. Not a lot going on. That back part does collapse. Yep. Yeah, a lot of these cool details here. The vents, really nice. Yep. And another part is this section here. I think on the Revoltex you have to swap it out, but this one you're just gonna push this out a little bit and pull it down. There we go. And there's actually a joint right there. Slide this out and you connect that little, what do you call that, little tab there in place and push it all the way back in. And you have like a little stand here. There we go. So it is a little bit different. So let me do this same thing on the other side. There we go. And let's see if we can actually stand on those two. Alright, so it's standing. I'm not using the tail, but you can use that as your third point of contact to the ground. It's doable, but I wouldn't trust that. More than likely you're going to be using the action base, which we'll go over in a bit. And also another thing, this whole figure is lightweight. Does not contain, for what I can tell, no die-cast parts. And I think it kind of goes along with the previous or the older Sentinel Riobots. They don't have die-cast parts, which for me I actually really like. I appreciate this, but it looks like it does with that awesome paint job. And without the die-cast, it makes the figure a lot easier to move around. The die-cast parts kind of weighed certain figures down in terms of articulation, but it has pros and cons. Alright, next part is the Sentinel's base, which is kind of like your standard one. Has the grid lines and the clear plastic on top here. Attaches this way, and you can put this on either side you want to. And then you get the spike connection, and highly advised to use the screwdriver or Phillips actually, well, Phillips screwdriver, to loosen this before you start moving it around. Then tighten it to lock it in place. Do not try to force it. For one, it loosens it. Over time, you cannot tighten it anymore, and you might break it. Alright, so let's see here. Next part is stuff that you can connect. So this part is with the wings. So you get this connection part here, which goes on the other side of Anubis. This section here goes here, and there's tabs on top and bottom, and you just kind of line it in there and holds it. There we go. And you got, again, two of these, kind of like the wings. You got some articulation here. It's a combination of this gray and clear plastic. Not so bad. They could have went all clear, but who knows. I am not too fond of clear pieces. And especially this segment here where it's clear plastic to clear plastic. Yeah. Clear plastic is a little bit brittle. There we go. And just my camera right there. There we go. And let me just adjust this. Alright, so getting back to Anubis right here. So you go on the other side and you see that tab. Obviously, the first time you're going to be doing this, it's going to be tough. It goes along with a lot of the panel that you have to remove for the connection. I just basically went on this side here and snap it out. Just be careful. And there you go. I really don't see any easier way. I think the getter. Yeah, the getter one. There was like a certain trick to it. Yeah. Alright, so this part here kind of goes on top and pegs in place. Actually, the peg connection stand is kind of like in the shape of the one we remove. And we just store this and make sure we don't lose it. There we go. Now we're going to look at the binders. Now I call this binders, like a reference to Gundam or bits. But in this case, I guess you call it binders or wings. So again, nice details. And it feels like there's actually die-cast parts on this. Sometimes when you feel something, it's kind of cold. It's like metal. So I'm not sure if this is actually die-cast. But it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it's still lightweight. It might be just plastic. You get a connection point right there on the bottom, and there's a gimmick. You can open this up, reveal some clear piece inside, and they've painted the silver parts. Really cool. And we're just gonna attach this. So you grab one, you can move the joint, and start placing them all together. That's one. I'm gonna go ahead and place all of them. Also, I want to point out, I didn't realize it till now, that the way these are connected, it's a clip. You know, clear plastic is a C-clip that hugs around that gray piece there. So there is a bit of play, and actually some of them get loose. I wonder if we can just kind of coat it with floor polish or clear nail polish. It will tighten it. You can give it a try, but I think with just enough balancing, it works out. And this one, kind of move this back a little bit. And the last one here. So unfortunately, this whole wing is going to be tilted that way. There's no way for it to go this way or that way. And the only way to remove the fins is you're going to play around with the joint. There we go. Just get it out of the way from the arm here, or the main body. Yeah. Yeah, try not to adjust it on the closer to the base there of the wing. It's not going to work. There we go. It seems like in a weird angle. Like, and this one's like, ah, jeez. All right. You know what? Let me demonstrate how to fix that. Might as well. All right, quick demo. I got this is actually just an empty bottle. I put some floor polish to it. That way, it's easier than you have this huge squeeze bottle. Yeah. So, anyways. So this is just a future or pledge, a clear floor polish. You can buy it anywhere, and actually smells nice. Get a little bit of it from a paintbrush, and you're just gonna put it on that joint, kind of coat it around. There we go, and kind of just exercise that. Put it on the other side. So it's clear, which is good. And kind of exercise it around, get that around. There we go. I think that works. So now it has a little bit more tension, which is good. Some people use clear nail polish. That works too, but that may be a little bit too much. I mean, this one works quite well. this technique. It doesn't glue it in place. It just adds a little bit of, just a layer. So there we go. I think it's gonna hold. And let's give it a try. Put this back here. And yeah, it's not sliding anymore. That is good. That's what we want. Just kind of angle it so it's out of the way. There we go. Let me do it this side also. You know what? I'm so tempted to just put the clear polish on all of them. It's a little loose, but I think we can work it. There we go. Also, I have not attempted to do the cross arm, which might as well do it now. Alright, so to do the cross arm, it's actually my first time doing this. They told us to kind of put the shoulders or the chest area together, and I think it's this way. I don't think it matters which way you go. The left arm on top or the right. And there you go. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, it looks cool. That got loose again. Huh. No, it's there. Alright, next arm are the hands. So for this one, to my surprise, you get 2 pairs. That's it. So you get this one right here, and it's actually a ball joint. I just popped it out. Yep, it's just your regular joint here. I'm not sure why it popped out. There we go. And we pop it back out. There. You got some details on the hands here. And there's no thumb. Kind of like what Yehudi has. It seems like you're just doing this all the time. So aside from this pair, you're getting one that looks like this. He has some clear parts here, which is basically on a ball joint. And also this one kind of is loose. It does pop out quite easily. So maybe the technique of adding a little bit of nail polish again. Let's do that right now. And I'm just going to coat this just a little bit. Oh, there we go. That should be good. Put that ball joint back there and kind of wiggle it about. There we go. Should be good. Clear polish to the rescue. Alright, so getting back to this, and you get a pair of that. Well, I'll do that one on the other, maybe later. But yeah. So we're just gonna place this in here. There we go. And now you have a connector to hold the spear. Spear's right here. And got some nice metallic paint, silver over there. And you just have this long rod here. Actually, mine is slightly bent from the packaging. And there you go. So this one, I mean, you can move this around again. And maybe hold it this way. And I'm gonna pop it here. There we go. It just clips in place. And rotate. Oh, there you go. If it's not one joint, it's the other that's loose. Oh, actually, that's not. Maybe it's just not all the way in. There we go. So that's one way to hold it. I find that really weird. You got this clear piece it's like the spear is just hovering just below his arm or hand, sorry, just below his hand, except that clear piece there. But that's what it is, and you can have it hold it this way before that wrist joint pops out again. There we go. So yeah, it's a little weird. And obviously you can use the other one if you want to hold it with two hands, but probably just have it with one. Right, we got Jehudi joining in with Anubis here. They look great right next to each other. Really awesome. And I open up the wings here as well. Quite great. It doesn't have this halo though, but something tells me Anubis might be the antagonist for the game. Yeah, really great. Another thing, I got mine from AmiAmi, and as such, they do have the little bonus AmiAmi exclusive acrylic plate. I'm not sure if they have the same thing for HLJ, although HLJ tends to do the canvas bag. I think the same artwork right here. Really cool. And let me display this, but basically you got these two metal pegs here. You can just unscrew it, and we're gonna peg it right here. These two sides here. But yeah, really nice. And this is clear on the side here. There's some nice artwork here. And it does say AmiAmi right there. Not for sale. Really cool artwork. I like this. So if in the future, when Sentinel does make this, just have a heads up. If you want to get the acrylic plate, check out AmiAmi. But yeah, this is really amazing. Now the verdict. Alright, let's see here. I got Anubis for about 23,300 yen at AmiAmi. That's the current price right now. And I did get it with acrylic plate. That might be the reason why it's a little bit more. Maybe it's 21,000, roughly about $200. Let's just say it. And it is quite expensive. Or actually, it is quite expensive. And for Jehudi, I think it's around that price point too. When I got him, I got him from AmiAmi as well at that time for about $200, I think. And I think at one point the demand for it is just not there, but they made a second batch, and I think I've seen at one point below $100, and I was quite scared for the company. I love the company. I like their design. Just that if you see them figures going clearance, that's not good. But I don't know. Maybe right now, well, actually right now, especially with the Iron Man line, there is a demand for them, which is great. But it's interesting they've actually released Anubis, just kind of compare or have a pair here. But I'm not so sure how that's gonna work. I'm not sure if there is a supply for Jehudi still left, or they're gonna make a third run just for people to complete this pair, for those who missed out. But we'll see. And for those who already have the Jehudi, this is an opportunity to complete it. But then again, you got the 200 price point. Yeah. Overall, the figure is great. I have a lot of issues with the joints, which I've demonstrated can be quickly fixed with some floor polish. Other than that, I think a lot of the gimmicks, like Sentinel is known for the shifting panels, especially for the knee. On this one, it got focused on the chest area here. And I kind of wish it got spread out a little bit more on the other parts of the body. If you look here on Jehudi, when you bend the knee, you can actually shift, and you can see the gold inner frame here. It does not have that on Anubis, or it doesn't seem like it can do it. It's not even shown on the instruction, so that's a bit of a shame. But other than that, overall, it looks great. So it's gonna be your call if you want to go for this. It is quite expensive. Anyways, that's about it for my review. If you have any questions, particularly on this figure, I'll try my best to answer that for you. But in terms of the game, yeah. Anyways, that's about it. So until then, this is Beans. Thanks for watching.